What up, everybody? In Tulsa King episode 4 trailer, we learn that the identity of Armond, Dwight's current op, is going to be revealed. In the end of episode 3, Dwight finds Armond, follows him home, and is about to go to kill him when he sees that Armond has kids, and he puts his gun up and changes his mind, and I guess leaves to come back another time, because in the trailer we see Dwight finding Armond again, coming back to him. He putting a gun to Armond's back and making him go inside, and that's when we hear Dwight say, "I went away for a third of my life and you try to shoot me?" So that just continues to bring up the question I've been asking: did Armond snitch on Dwight? Because we do know that he is going by the name. He's not going by Armond. He's going by the name Manny. So I've been wondering if he is in Witsec under the name Manny, living in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He has a wife and kids now, and he's either the manager or the owner of the horse ranch. I thought he was the owner previously because they had called him boss, but when Dwight went to the horse ranch, there was a female owner, and I don't think that was Armond's wife. It might be, because we do know he has a wife, because he tells Dwight, "My wife's about to be home any minute now." Dwight tells him, I'll leave her a note. So that possibly could be his wife. He could be the owner and his wife went to meet Dwight, or it could be he's just a manager involved in the horse ranch. But we do know he's also involved in some gambling going on there. So it could be an illegal venture that Armond is involved in, a side hustle concerning the horse racing and going on in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Concerning Armond's age, if I was guessing, I would say he's around 45 to 55 years old. That would mean he was probably between 20 and 30 when Dwight was locked up, possibly around the same age as the current boss up in New York, Chicky, Pete's son, who has taken over as Pete's underboss since Pete is getting up there in age, is on like a breathing machine or whatever. So he's probably around that same age, so definitely pretty young when Dwight got locked up. So I would want to know what their relationship is and what exactly brought Armond to Tulsa, Oklahoma, living under the name Manny. I mean, it's likely he's a snitch. I mean, all cards point to the fact that Armond is a snitch. He's in Witsec in Tulsa, Oklahoma, living under the name Manny. But there could be a plot twist. This could be a relative of Dwight that left town when Dwight got arrested, maybe. Don't know why he would think Dwight was there to kill him, but nonetheless, there could be some kind of plot twist there to keep your eyes open for, where we think he's there under witness protection or whatever, but this could be a nephew or possibly even a son of Dwight. That could be why he didn't decide to go kill him. He sees that he has grandchildren. Either we know he has a daughter, but I don't think it's his son, because when the show started, it said he had a wife and a daughter. It didn't say nothing about a son, but you never know. It shows like this, it could be a plot twist, a nephew. There's definitely some kind of relationship, and he's significantly younger, at least probably 25, 30 years younger than Dwight. So I definitely want to know what this relationship is, because Dwight does not kill Armond, but he decides to work with him, likely forcing him to give him a cut of the gambling or whatever he's into. With Dwight taking on the mentality, well, he could kill Armond, but it's probably all going to fall back on him. Everybody's going to be coming to him, looking for him to blame, just showing up into town, and then this guy comes up dead. possibly even living in Witsec. So Dwight had the mentality, you can benefit me more alive than you can dead. But if Armond is indeed a snitch, you can never give a snitch a second chance. I learned this, even if he wouldn't kill him, you can't get back involved working with him. I learned this the hard way. I had a kid I grew up with from the time I was very young, played basketball with, went to basketball camps growing up. Get out of high school, he goes to play basketball in college, and I get into the game. Well, this summer or so later, me and him is hanging out, and he gets pulled over and busted with some super. I mean, I was riding clean. He had like super small amount of weed on him, and he, for that little weed charge that he was about to get, he blew up my entire little small time operation that I was running at the time. Had to start completely over. I don't even think I went back into the county that this took place with ever again. Neither, though that wasn't really the county where I was just living there particularly at that time. But that's not where I really did too much business was, so it didn't cost me nothing. But to make a long story short, I gave this same kid, since he was my childhood friend, I gave him another chance. A year and a half later, my operation had grown significantly since he blew it up before. So this time he is working with me. He is my driver, and he decides he's gonna rob my stash spot. So this kid does not only snitch on me, I didn't end up getting in trouble over it when he snitched on me because I got my way out of there, but nonetheless, he blew up my whole operation. Then he comes back and he robs my stash spot. So you don't give a snitch a second chance. This could come back and bite Dwight in the butt by giving Armond a second chance. We already know Armond's already tried to kill Dwight, so Dwight going back to work with Armond might not be a good idea. This could come back to haunt him, so keep that in mind. Alright, that gets me to the next storyline, and this is going to be the main storyline. Even though the most intriguing storyline of this particular show is finding out Armond's identity, but once that takes place, we're going to get into the main storyline of this particular show. It is Dwight sending Bodie and Tyson to La whatever fest that they're going to, the music festival, in which that Dwight is sending them there with 3 tanks of nitrous oxide, where they plan to sell at $10 per balloon, and they can get 350 balloons per tank. And for 3 nights, they plan on making around $105,000 for 3 nights. So they're about to come up big time during this festival. But the problem is Keelan Waltrip, the head of the motorcycle gang. I don't remember the exact name of the crew, but their crew comes for Tyson and Bodie and says that they is selling on their turf. So there's about to be a war going on in this particular episode between Dwight's people and the big Keelan Waltrip motorcycle gang. And I'm thinking when Waltrip sends his crew to the festival to beat up, we see him punching and looks like they jump Bodie and Tyson, and it looks like they might even steal the tanks from Tyson and Bodie, or whoever, Dwight's tanks. So definitely something going on there. So that gets Tyson's dad involved, and he comes up with a plan, and he tells Dwight that you need to get all the friends you can get. So Dwight gets himself, Tyson's dad, I think the guy, Jimmy's cousin, I think the guy's name is Leatherface or something like that, something face, Leather, I'm gonna call him Leatherface because I don't remember his exact name. The cousin of Jimmy, the guy who has the weed farm. Bodie's security guard. Bodie's worker. Bodie. And Armond. So that's how I knew Armond. Dwight don't kill Armond, because we see him as part of Dwight's crew when they go to face off with Keelan Waltrip's motorcycle gang. And notice Mitch is not there. Mitch is the bar owner who is gonna actually be able to supply Dwight with the tanks. So we see stuff going on, we see fights going on in a bar also. So I'm trying to figure out if that is Mitch's bar that Waltrip is taking over, or is that Waltrip's own bar that Dwight and them is about to come into. So maybe they even possibly not only steal the nitrous tanks, they might have Mitch in their hostage as well, because we definitely don't see him as part of Dwight's mob going to meet the motorcycle gang. So the mob is going to meet this motorcycle gang with bats and clubs. I don't see not one member of their gang with a gun. So I'm trying to figure out where they do this at. Tulsa, Oklahoma? But I don't even think in Tulsa, Oklahoma they do that, because we learned from Stacy Bill and the ATF agents, and we did see Stacy Bill just flash in the trailer, but we don't really know what her part's going to be in this. We do know she's going to be in the episode. Don't know what her role is going to actually be, but we do know from her police crew last time that Waltrip's motorcycle gang had been loading up on weapons. So we know that the Waltrip motorcycle gang got a lot more than ball bats and clubs. And I do know that at least Dwight has a gun. And that's what I wanted to say at the beginning when I talked about Armond. This is my complaint about this show. I wanted to find out where Dwight got his gun from, because they took the time to show us how he had to move to Tulsa, Oklahoma, get his license, get a driver's license, get a debit card, since he's been in prison so long. But god dog, man, he shows up to Tulsa, Oklahoma on a plane. You know he didn't carry that gun on the plane with him. And he shows up to Tulsa, Oklahoma. He has no connections there as where like his mob family. So where does he all of a sudden get a gun from in Tulsa, Oklahoma as a multiple time felon who just got released after 25 years? God, I would have liked to know that instead of seeing the debit card scene. But that's my own personal opinion. But they coming in, and we're going to find out what happens. Coming up, Tyson's dad comes up with a plan. Maybe Mitch is going to come in the back with the strap. I don't know. Maybe he's not held hostage. Ain't no telling. But I know one thing, that one guy with a gun can fend off all those 8 guys they had with all them bats and clubs. So if I don't know how far those clubs and bats are gonna get him if Waltrip's crew starts shooting. So there you have it, the episode 4 Tulsa King trailer breakdown. Leave your thoughts in the comments.